unless nzitwala ziri painted. Why? Kubanga kati it's a family gathering. Mugenda koro olunaku lwennyini. Togenda kusobola ate kati tugende tuboye.
Mugenda kworo lwennyini kati nannyini gundi yalina okukola ki olutuuka.
Already she has a lot
to
buy
do.
the painting colors.
I need to
If not kati gwe oyinza ogaboilinga ofunanga tray omanya nti abaana bajja kuba 30 n'ofuna tray of eggs nga that is your contribution. Then you and Abba and Grace Joel ne muga kolach ne muga painting kati mwene mugenda with your basket of tebagalidde batabaga
until and me I want color red before you know it what was the trim.
So in case that may be expensive, you can also cut different peppers and different colors. No, whatever in different places so that you can make it enjoyable.
I think it would be nice if you also put beautiful words.
Yes.
You're beautiful.
You're
strong.
You're
brave. Oh, kati bw'ogamba ekyo era olinga gamba nti I get like
you know those Manila peppers? Yes, Manila peppers I think each is 1,000.
Nga nkoze chat.
No sala.
Nenkola like 3 colors.
Yes. No, maybe no
yellow, pink,
green.
If my aunt is watching this, mwana ali kubba ebibuuzo.
No, but you're also giving ideas to people who are watching.
And you know it's very good to make sure that your Easter is different.
Yes.
Give people the same things a boys.
Kati waliwo abalala bano abazungu twali tubayina. When our dad passed, we continued with the tradition of hosting
them.
So kati bajja eka. Now there was this other group that came and those girls are young. They're as young as 18, 19, 20. They leave Germany and come to Uganda. Can you imagine if you okutambula no gende Rwanda wano you have to be over. Anyway, abana bajja kati they knew, one of them knew that they are coming, the time they'll be here, they will have Easter from here. And she was German. The dad was German and then the mom is Egyptian. So katinga inamo that blended tradition. So na amanyanti Africa, this is their kind of thing. She baked cookies. Najja nazo. So when it was Easter, she beautifully hung them. Cookies.
After Easter
zinawe zifanana. Kati on Easter bazihangenga ku Saturday. Kati on Easter everyone goes and plucks their cookie. They read
like on a tree.
No,
what string kind of
string. Our house is a bit old-fashioned. So waliwo a wood, some wood echa separating anga
the
sitting room and dining. Kati wagulu. So kati there is a way they tied on both ends. And I looked at these young girls and wow, I liked it. I said, what? So kati olaba that kind of thing of Manilas. Kati nga yaina engeri je yali aburappinzeemu mu kaveera. Then she got a message for everyone. And those girls are so
but you see those super intentional.
They are very intentional.
You can only and I know someone else can also do it. No, but
even what leader our curriculum, international schools teach children projects.
Yes.
So children become very innovative. Naeza syllabus
moino kumalayo
but you know abantu bayina very intentional. Ebintu ebyetaaga, someone told me, my little man, ayaga, mami kati wano, since we have this, can we get some glue? It's supposed to look like this. We get some scissors. Kati, we're not going to kozazani jirita. No, it's supposed to be, like Baba man, it should be like this.
Yes, that's true.
And it should be perfectly done. But I love how they do it. But how about, you know me, I love acting. How about you get and we create our own Easter story?
Yes.
We tell them to act it out. Like Nekabanka 3 minutes.
Yes.
I think that would be nice.
It can be nice.
Cross what, so that because that never leaves their head.
Because even when they go back to school, but how did you spend
How did you spend it?
Exactly.
this exciting story?
I think I'm going to do that. To
And
come up with
I
that
don't know, maybe
precipitation
so you
story.
should tell us what age brackets your children
Abafe.
are in. Kubanga nze kati nkubamu akafaananyi ka teenagers.
Bato, very young, very
Maybe
really
3
young.
naye bwe tugenda mu ba teenagers
Abakulu
baffe
nnyo, I think the
bannange.
eldest there, our generation, ayinza okuba alinga mu senior 2 now. Naye obamanyi aba senior 2 yabeeranga ye big brother agamba,
Auntie, yajja okubeera Jesus.
Tasobola. Ababala bamakosa abo tasobola agamba, you go, auntie's calling.
That's what I was telling
They
you,
cannot.
like nze ndabira ddala kati ewange yo challenge kati tusobola kukola ki
asobola kikola nga
Not
ina
even.
ba age mates but these ones are very young. I think bana badda kuba ninga 8 9 and below, but even those young kids can act.
Sure.
They can act.
Just
tell them
the
what
young
to
ones can do. Naye bananga abakulu banaffe bamweyo mukiraba mutya kubanga
But for me, this particular Easter season, there's some of the Easter activities that people can do is pulling out that album, photo album, and reminding and telling children, this is when I was here, this is when I was here, and then children to be able to make sense of their relatives. Niyogamba uncle, ninga the uncle, the way he's related to you omwana tamanyi na kumanya. So I feel this time some of the activities by photo albums by explaining about the one I'm senior to, so that children should be inspired.
No, bogamba photo album.
gweyo kyagiina
Naye what I'm
tugambe bano abaana
this
bakoleko
season, okay, if you went to my father's house, there is no album. Like this generation, tetukyali nnyo mu albums. If you notice, tetukyali nnyo mu albums. Ate nga zatuyamba nnyo back then, ng'eriko the depth. It was beautiful. Bana ife nga tuli generous. Junibojja, no, oh my God, you look like Anchikwa.
immediate, that is the welcoming note.
Yeah, now before you know even temchabiraba. Unlike now.
Talking about family, being in family, there is a family I know, they are my cousins. Their dad, omanya ettaka ly'omukyalo, their dad had, quite a good amount of land. Now, yazimbayo akayumba ke. Kati abaana we baakula ne bamuzimbira ennyumba etegeerekeka enene. So kati kye yakola buli omu n'agenda ng'amuwa koona eyiye. And by the grace of God, all the 5 boys have houses there. It is a homestead now.
That was strategic.
Yes, now what they do, and that thing, this thing is common in the southwestern part of Uganda. Nti abazadde babeerawo n'ennyumba yaabwe, then abaana ne bazimba. Kakati kye bakola, and I'm sure that's why they are all there for Easter, because they are usually intentional. Nabo balina abaana bangi ate tebeemanyi. So kati kye bakola, abakyala bonna abaami bajja ne batuula ne bakola budget. Kati we bakola budget, as a matter of fact they don't even need to meet physically, they do their online thing. Kati ne bagamba family ya Angel muleete spices, eyasu muleete mata, I mean ebyokunywera ku chai, abano muleete bwekiti. So when they get home, these things are gathered up together. And then now when they start, like this season, there is tea, milk tea definitely, and they all sit in the middle of the compound. They've put up their tents there. So now they put music, tents are there, abakulu balieno, abato balieno, and man, everything is in the store. No one is quarreling, no one is pulling, this is mine, that.
You don't necessarily have to sleep at your father's house.
Right, exactly. That's what the children do. Like, today we are going to sleep at... Today, yesterday you slept there together.
The beauty, the problem would be, sisters-in-law who don't know how to socialize.
Yes.
I think if you're that kind of lady, please. This
ebyo tebibulamu.
Actually,
tebibulamu kubanga kati you can change, kubanga nze kyendabyeko waliwo abamu nga we bajja batandika batya nakati
N'atandika
ng'avaayo mpola
okusobola
atandika n'ajjayo akatwe okumaliza n'ajjayo akatwe n'okugulu oliriza ng'ayingidde
gwengamba yono nti
n'alemererwa
obamanyi abo
waliwo omukyala eyagamba, I want you to help me whether she was right or wrong. Yagamba nti in as much as you may love maybe the in-laws on either your side or the one maybe from your loved one, butobagala nnyo to the extent of forgetting yourself, or you start sharing the weaknesses of your spouse to them because they will always be on that person's side. Is it true?
Yes. Kati olaba sharing your spouse's weaknesses. Number one, his family knows him. So kateli kipya kyogenda bagamba. As I don't share. Era bwabinkola byonna nze mbikwata nembyeterekera. Hey, it is me who sorts it inside internally. Naye kati era nga bw'ogambye oyina okutuuka that point nga you don't forget yourself who you are. Kuba bwe weerabira nti no kuba wabeerawo abantu oba n'agwa mu mukwano ne yeerabira totally they forget they even have a family, they left a family behind. Kati nekijja the season comes boom nekimulya kati ogenda okulaba nga ate azukusettle fall back position.
Yes.
That is what now you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't forget yourself. You remember who you are.
What about people who have been having maybe misunderstandings in family? Take advice for Easter, and they're really wondering how
they're going to make it.
Ebyo bibeerawo kakati by the way wabeerawo nga subwagambye wabeerawo abantu nga they were brought up nga for them family values tebaziyina. Those things of communal togetherness nga taziyina era wabeerawo abo abakyala nga ajja kujja agamba okay fine let us go naye me I'm going to stay in my house. Agamba n'abeerawo omwami n'aswalukuka abaana ne batandika ate banaye but why isn't mommy here what oswaziza abaana oswaziza omwami naye nze I want to believe, and by the way there's something that maybe you guys have to know. There are things that come by with age. Mulabe your people who are always me I'm 20 20s late 20s to 30s. Mid 30s over towards beba kyasika emiguwa naye man when you get to the age of 40 you get to know what life is. You don't sigama nti you don't care naye you overlook know when things.
You're like that's small.
Hey, that's small. It's okay. Let's no, it's okay. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Naye wabeerawo ebintu that we shall appreciate with age. Kuba kati era ogenda okulaba kati ate nwane no. You want to stay in your house? It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart.
And you know they're just a few days.
A few days,
I used
right?
to have an issue Katinga like these events. I don't know, my in-laws forgive me. Omanyi obeera okuze with this kind of style dressing. Ene bagamba ogenda eri. Lwaki toyambala ekiwanvu. When n'owulira obuzibu, like you feel like they're inconveniencing your life. But then notoya n'ogamba. Now that I've grown, I'm like, that's so.
Chichi.
What's the big deal? How many days are there? Just one day, right?
One day.
Put on that dress. Go. Be as comfortable as possible. Come back to your life and put on your things.
You know?
Nabogami, it comes with age. I'm sure this one day you can stand that other person who is annoying. Someone came here complaining, just reply, oh, okay. End of reply. Because I can't always justify myself. Not every time people will understand me. Nabo, you know we have also nagging aunties. They use this time to ask such questions. But get a wise way of answering some of those things or dodging those questions. Because some people don't want to go back home. Omusajja mbuzi omukyala
those fears
Yeah.
emirimu gyeri gikyajokola business
Otuseewa.
yakoma even 2 years ago
ekyo enjo wabeerawo kati nobeera nti no baali bamanyi otunda ngoyi
Yeah.
the last time they saw you
Now you have another business. You have another business going on.
oli mu bikopo
But like,
na life is life naye nga toli ayagala kumanya. I mean, it's okay, our aunties, you can ask, but when I
but must I tell you,
wakugamba nti nkyali mu business ekola banange mu nsonyi
temubuuza bingi
I think this season, let's try as much as we can to lighten up. Like, feel free. Someone told me life is lived once. And what have you experienced with your family? Someone told me that today is the youngest I'll ever be. Meaning tomorrow I'm going to be a day older. So today you can run with those kids. Tomorrow you may not be able to. If you have the opportunity, the games have come up, but I get involved. Tamgamba tuli bakadde bichi twalina ng'okwepena ebintu by'okwepena ebyo, by the way, you need a few things better, right? Get involved in those activities. You don't necessarily have to do Easter eggs.
You know, addition to that, Susie, I also think this time, Abazade, they should explain to children what Easter is about.
Yeah.
Not eating food and playing games. Baba Gandhi, that you know what, this is what happened. Judas Iscariot munange yasaba yebinoso. Munange yesu na jirabwati. Jesus died. Why did Jesus die? Because if we don't explain to our children this Easter season and what it's for, ojakusanga abana besunga bwesonzi Easter eggs.
Bagenda kulya. But do we even ever have time to sit down on such a day and we talk about Easter? Oba tubeera mu lugambo as a family.
Even if it's Lugambo, you're still catching up.
Yeah, but if we could spend at least a few minutes, oba netufuna family representative, and he takes through our children what happens on Easter.
True.
Because not every school by does Easter projects.
Yeah, true.
Baba gama Easter time, break off. But if we can get this time to Gamba, sit the children down, let them know what is Easter about. Good Friday, what is it about? Twada tugamba ennaku mukama ze yazukirako after how many days? Mwana agenda kubuza kale Friday, Saturday. Naye ate kati yazuukidde ddi nga tebigatta alaba mubulamu some days. So let's sit down and understand what Easter really means. And if you've not been going to church, at least this Sunday, go for an Easter production and get back that time and that moment with God. Yes, with your family.
There's something I wanted to send to Uncle Mark to tell you nga Judas is parking to go and betray Jesus.
Me, this is what I pick. You know, I have learned how to learn a lesson from everything. Ndoza obela ogamba omuntu Judas oba omwana omunnyonnyola. I think you need to go deeper. Nomugamba not only Judas, there are also people who betray other people. Actually, if that's what we would do, nga katera gamba kati akuka Judas. Wabera muno yakoze mkoze bya Judas.
You know, I want to appreciate schools. Kwanga, if you look at schools yesterday and Wednesday, they were using that time to emulate. Yes, yesterday, the 12 disciples, you know, the washing of the feet. And I also wanted to thank schools for playing a key part to children understanding this Easter season.
I saw yesterday Sue's status and I was happy that Abba could, you know, our little man could, you know, explain. And now this is Jesus.
I was also surprised.
And he was there, and I liked that they used, you know, normal material. You know, paper plate, and then over
peppers,
and then the tomb. Man,
then this one was punished because
he laughed over
Jesus, and the birds came and poked his nose. I had taken love with that here.
I know.
So the eyes
and
were
then this one was forgiven and went to Jesus.
And Jesus was in the middle
Okamanya akabadi poking the eyes abasinga.
And I was like, okay, the eyes were poked. Yeah. No, of course, you don't turn up like someone who doesn't know. No.
So let me ask you, when you were still young, did you fly a kite?
Yes.
Hey, don't get again. We used to have those people who are good. Those boys who are good, who can do those kites. Echikola chali
Jawali okwata bo
oteka makasubi
nyonyi.
And when I see my children do that, I'm like, okay, these things are still working. These things are still working.
Neighbor, the late John Akebwa. The other day you asked why there was Akebwa Stadium. That guy was the first gold medalist for Uganda to run that race, now winning a gold medal. So of course there is an Akebwa Road and then Akebwa Stadium because he was coming from that side. So Lavano Judas Iscariot and the Garden of Gethsemane finding parking. Obusente buli omu mu dashboard yakoze gigi lumulaga.
What a weird.
Anyway, Katinga, that guy used to, on Easter, Christmas, nga aina chevaita target. Olabe yo kite joyogerako. Oyo guy nga akwata butida.
Yeah, I remember the butida.
Catapult.
Yes.
Catapult. Nga kube ekinyonyi nga tubeera wano. Na kube ekinyonyi oba pastilishi. Eyo wansi na kube ekinyonyi ate nakiraba nti akikubye n'agenda n'akejjirayo ne bajja ne bakamufumbira ng'akeerira. Akanyonyi kabeeranga kataata ate nga ye akakuba Saturday, Sunday ne bakamufumbira.
What?
Kati mwe muddawo Easter activities oyinza ne nga bakuwasiza abawa I don't know nga bo gwego omulimu nga
you're going to
Angel, tell us, and there are communities that side that don't have birds in their what? Because I've heard about it.
Yeah, there are communities that don't have birds. Naye
nga bazikuba ne bazirya.
Naye osanga nga bamuyita jackfruit in Luganda is called
fene
nga ayengedde nga mwenna mutuulaawo wansi ku muti nga mulya kufa nga newaka mwirabira n'okwerabira kutuka. But there's some communities that don't have birds.
Naye ekirala kyenzijukira nga tukula batutwalanga ebukojja, my mom's side, ewakojja waffe. Kati that man, there is a way they had grown the garden, of course n'amatooke mangi, but below nga waliyo mu matooke omwo nga mulimu emiti gy'emiyembe, and for some reason Easter time would have miyembe.
Even now they are cheap.
Even now they are very cheap.
Yes.
Nga tusanga jackfruit nga bamuterese nga teri mukwatako. Abaana ba Flora n'abajasi n'abaani bonna bajja, abaana bajja. Ne bamuleka ne balekako bifene. Eri wansi nga waliyo like a stream.
Yes.
So kati nga bakuzaayo sugar cane. Muba mwakamala wano fene ngeli wansi babagamba kale mukiriremu. So and I think it was a kind of training, because we work from Jaden side. Warap katunga watutuka mchalo nga it's time for you man to do stuff by yourself. But it was so nice, like they would pick all the mangoes, put them down, gamba mutule. Ate I don't know if you've seen those trays weba yuwanga emmere gye twalirangako ensani ezo. Actually fe nga batuteera ku Lulagala embeere in the village nga batugamba kale mutuulaawo, and it was really a typical serve. No, there is a way they would do.
Organize it.
They would put
organize
over.
it
There is a way they would do it. Ngeno once, of course, nga bateka ku tray no once. naye nga they put a banana leaves ne bayiwako ne mutandika okulya naye mwalidde fene emiyembe
nenkulabira ekiro
nange ate ng'ekiro ojjukira toyali
I remember on those big days my father would tell you bino nemunywa soda munagamba ajana Susan I want to escort you
when you know Easter Sunday kugamba I really hope people are going to have fun and you know, did you know that it is during these Easter times where traditional foods are prepared.
Yeah.
For example, a matoke, real boiled matoke. But for us in our culture, our side, if you don't have kalo on that meal, you must mingle it and everyone. And actually, what happens is they put it in those small baskets. Mwanana mutuloko nga buli omu asunako si byakusalaasa. So that communal thing is beautiful.
Naye nze wetudda mu Gen Z ne some millennials bambi ku Easter Sunday temugamba he has aroused. Temugamba he has aroused. Ekigambo wakiganyi kireke.
Gamba azukidde.
Ati Gen Z. Bajoyden.
Akatera kumpoeleza obu message bwa Easter copy and what?
He is
aroused.
Ngoluzungu lucha mubi kekare. Don't. I think Gamba forwarded me.
Wow. Naye banange, and something I miss is the Easter cards.
Easter cards.
I don't know if
and there's a way how the cards
things are phased out
because those things were beautiful.
They were beautiful. Atenga kulikonga Jesus has risen.
It would make a lot of
sense. And it is physical, the family of Mr. and Mrs. To the family of Mr. and Mrs. But the thing that you have said, like, okay, when you're sending that forwarded message many times, can you learn that you can copy and paste?
You know,
don't send me forwarded many times message.
Speaking about the cards, there is something I think we spoke about some time back, and I told you guys, I feel like I've ever lived before. And every time I say it, people laugh at me.
Does that happen to you?
I feel like I've ever lived before.
It happens to me.
I told someone that I think I've ever lived before, but I was a white person.
Why is it you had a life then? But I think it's Chiva because I remember one time I was with my brother Nangamba. So it feels like we've been here before.
Yeah.
That particular time, and you're like, yeah. And the first time he said it didn't make sense. It's after some time, and then it feels like I've been here before. And it doesn't happen to only us.
Then you see how it is going to come next. The exact way that you have, and the events follow, and you're like, I've been in this time.
I think we need someone to explain that. It doesn't make sense. I have been here before.
I've said these words.
I feel like you've told me those words before. Me? No. I'm like, for real.
No, for real. And you're going to do a basic. I don't want to what.
I think it's predestination.
But I also feel in this Easter season, it's time to allow the children, teenage parents, to take this baking, give them a baking experience.
Give them a chance.
Actually, when you say that, I feel like I should go back and do it.
Yeah. It is good. It's beautiful. Until now we know that Yaka, you should have paid.
You should have light
and the holiday is long. But also, if you can't do cakes, you could do cookies.
Cookies are good. Yes.
It depends on the heat. Maybe like 10 minutes. You're good. No, just take once. Let it cool down. Explain to the children it needs to cool down. If you don't have a recipe, go on social media.
So what is a cookies?
I promise.
Watugamba ogenda tuleetera cookies ezenene singa kati
ziri ya buli emu ya 10.
But you know, when you go back to the village setting, Easter is when you realize that families exchange food. Bafuba neno nene batwala neno nene atwala neno.
In the village,
or they can eat together.
They bring food together.
They bring food together. Nayenze chenalabanga. The people who would pass by. Nababayita. Nabalya. Ate mwatunga emmere emala. Si bino ntino twafumbya emmere y'abantu bataano tojja. Will it be enough obutunda tebujja kumala?
Imagine when you say that, I think it takes me back. I miss my childhood.
I know.
There are those friends that you'd have in the community.
Yes.
Obanga mmanyi bano balina engeri gye bafumba. Nomga ojja kundeeterako ku nkoko yo nange nja kuleeta ennyama. So your father keeps checking on you. He's like, eating. Bamugamba agenzeko wagunsumba ogenza kulya mmere yawe. And by the way, I think it sticks in me. I still miss that food. Era nyimanya okukyala mbantu mbeera mbanga sibling on it. I miss their food. I like eating in other people's homes.
But again, there is something I remember. The soda then tasted different.
It would go in your nose.
It would go in your nose, and it would also taste different. Like Fanta was real Fanta.
Fanta China bugundi, China bu noises. Let me tell you, recently I was surprised. My little girl, yakwata glass. I'm not even about just soda. Nakwata glass here. Ngasiteka kutu. Now that sizzling way. Namala, nanywa. And she was like, what are you doing? Now the other night, and she still does it. Navicola, please don't be like.
I can't. I love children. Now there is something else. It has skipped on the
I feel like Omutuabanga having a good childhood, regardless whether it was rural or urban, you may not have a good adulthood or something even to talk about.
Because I mean, if you haven't had it, would you even give it to someone else? You can't. Nayanga, anyway, me I remember nga soda za lunaku lukulu. Tumala soda nga
wamuteka mu drum.
Bitano. Bingi. Yasooka ku bisatu. Ne bajongeza ku bitano nga tubalaba.
But I think, you know, when we talk about those things, it brings this excitement of, so I think you're ready for Easter.
I've remembered that thing. We used to buy turkey.
You guys used to do turkey?
Is it true that a turkey expands in a saucepan?
It does, because it's big. Wait, it's so huge. Katinga, our mom, actually, turkey, bwe tuba tetulina turkey, duck. Ngera she does it. Ebyo byabwe ffe embaata twaziriranga ddala kubanga kati yesterday I was around Senana in town ng'abo abasajja balina big turkeys mu bigundi bya bali muzitunda 13 a turkey 130,000 Uganda. Big. Kakati, that is if you have a big family. Era nga kyemukola temugisalaasala mugenda ne mugiteekamu ebirungo ne mugiteekamu ebirungo, then you put in the oven, then that is you put in the morning and get it out mwabamanyi kasita tuyina light fe wano yo edisielya tugamba tugenda kubeera ne light.
But about 40 units for the first 2 weeks.
Kati bw'okozesaayo obuyuniti 2-3 okufumba takiyo kati era tukyalimu tetukyeyagala.
Waliyo taki etali full jeri nga eri in pieces ng'enkoko oba ebabo batunda ziri full
anti zibannamu.
No, supermarket.
Usually there is no.
Tebatunda eri full.
It is hard.
Taki.
Anti kibeera kya family kiba kinene era ogenda okulaba nga neggumba ly'ekisambi toliteke nga muggo bagukukubisa n'okaaba.
Nze mpulira nti omuntu to every Easter they should do something unique.
Yeah,
To always
something
remember.
different.
Oh, abagamba, may I don't celebrate my birthday. I said, my dear, you don't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't know what you're talking
Kubanga,
about.
wona tukire celebrate the next year, you always remember what happened the previous year. What did I achieve? What challenges did I have? How did I conquer them? Katineno Easter we talk. We celebrate the year in a unique way that is more memorable. Na yezo chenebuza wachenko yotonya ko Easter and Christmas.
Easter and
Ne
Christmas.
Christmas nabagamba.
Kama abazuukidde
Naye no Easter
baba muzadde.
katusabe. Eno Easter katusabe.
Naye tubeereke kabanange enja agambye
Nedda ffe batuyise. Mukwano. Oyogedde
your road is not bad oba gye
Genda
mugenda.
kasimanyiyo. And you talked about birthdays being celebrated, and at the moment I have someone in my house. She doesn't know how old she is. Definitely she doesn't know her birthday. Katinga nebuuza. Because me, I love celebrations.
And I know
would
how,
want
how
to-
thoughtful you are. That time too.
I've been thinking
That
about
is
it
a
even
thoughtful
this
girl.
morning. Ngangamba, I would want to celebrate her. I mean, you know, people, when someone does things that bring you peace, I think they are worth every celebration.
Sure.
Nenga, oh no, muntu, I don't mind me creating them a birthday date, but I want to know how old they are. Katinga nebuuza, is there a natural way? Oba olina obuntuntu bw'obala ku mubiri gwo ne tumanya oli mu myaka bwe giti olowooza gye buli
Yeah, the scientists do have.
nga seetaze mutwala machines. Really?
It's possible.
So I can get on the internet and find
Osobola
out.
okumuwa emyaka gy'ogwo gye bamulaba.
Nedda bambi muto. But so when you talked about birthday, I was thinking, can't I do it on Easter? Hit two birds with one stone.
Yeah, you can do
naye enjo ekyo ekintu kya birthday banange abantu oba tulekerawo kwe kuba busu kubanga kati it's your birthday celebrate it. Omanyi wabeerawo abantu abalowooza mbu whenever you're celebrating your birthday, your child's birthday, you're wasting money. Then when are you going to use it?
True.
No one goes to the grave with money. Eat it. And so, by the way, this notion of saving is good. I don't have a problem, but I think we should bring it as a topic one day.
You need to eat your money.
You need to eat your money
Your
and you enjoy it. Ebya NSSF, yes. Obanga oyina NSSF zinendala zirye. Kuba kati obanga toguze cake on your birthday.
Life is
Only
good
jigula. Easter toyagala cake. Christmas tokola cake. Birthday toyagala. Oh, chichi.
I think I find that boring.
It's so
Or
boring.
celebrate yourself.
You
in a
can even
certain
hate
way.
yourself, do you know? I think that's the beginning of thinking of society.
Learn to celebrate yourselves. Learn to celebrate yourselves even this day. Buy yourself a beautiful cloth. Abachala. Don't only think about the children. You're also important.
Yes.
When I get celebrate and I said, are you doing too much? And I'm like, no, I deserve it. When I have a healthy mind, I can serve
You
those
remember
people
when
better.
we were growing, our mothers bambi would sacrifice for us.
Yeah.
Kati nga abaana bafaanana bulungi, maama ye ng'ali mu
Ayina
kiteeteeyi
akagato.
kya
Yatekanyuma.
nga everyday bananga every Sunday mbadde bambi mumulaba nga you feel bad. Okay, you're happy you have a
Yeah.
new dress, but you feel bad. Guno omulembe mulala bannange, we are born again. Ate be born again in your finances. You are allowed to enjoy your
Be
finances.
delivered.
Be delivered. Let salvation also work in your finances and the way you eat your money. Bannange teweekuba busu, teweeseera. Weekwata bw'onyiga.
I know of ladies who fear, I don't know if it's luck, like mu innocent. Omusajja agambye mama w'abaana tukule kino. And you're
Ate mbu gwe
like,
nedda.
tulina kino.
Ate abaana.
Naye nanga abakyala, you ladies, you need to have
Do you
some
realize
fun.
that those women always are in luck?
Auntie, they're always in
Even when
love.
they're
They're complaining.
Kati
Exactly.
kankubulire
They
something
fear.
about money. Money is timid. If you don't spend money, money cannot come to you. That is why
Ng'ozikwatiriza.
ng'ozikwatiriza tezisobola kunoonya. Naye bw'obanga you are spender, not careless spending, kubeera nazo ziyina
Ziyina
principles
entondo.
era ziyina entondo exactly. Era nazo bw'ospendinga bubi zigamba nze sijja genda wooya nspendinga bubi. naye if you spend it properly nga teweekuba busu teweeseera zikunoonya nezigaa oyo omukyala amanyi n'okundya ngandya ate tagenda kunkwatiriza naye gweofunye sente ozitadde wansi wa kapeti n'ogenda ozijjayo ziwunya gundi molds temuddamu tuwa sente za
gamba oli bambi eyajjayo sente mu ka box ka wood nga sente zonna
zaatalaga zonna n'ebikoyi
You know, stay for how long?
From the start of the, you know, when you put the
you
steel
keep
on
pushing,
the cement
pushing it.
or on the tiles, you at season in and out, season in and out. That's setting as
That reminds me when I met my husband. Nimubwira my professional accountant. Nteo batya nimugamba wena onyinza okugamba handa to beef nogamba twandidde ebijanja. And I was like, never. So listen, I was like, you're an accountant or what? No, honey, I need to enjoy that money.
Yes, and also, in as much as people may be celebrating Bamanyanche after Easter,
there is a life after.
We celebrate responsibly. Responsibly. Kwegamba bwobanga otelese. By the way, when banga mbuulirira abafumbo bange bagamba divide up the finances. Kubanga kati wabeerawo eyo 40% gye mubeera nayo 20% gikwate giwe munno agendeko mu kibuga yeenoonyeze naawe kwata 20% yo go out with the girls wemukola kuyo ka lunch you rejuvenate naye nga 30% mwagi savings 10% yagenze eddawa ewa mukama waayo kwegamba ekintu nekibalansinga bulungi naye gwe nokwata nonyweza tolyako your money should be eaten and enjoyed.
I tell you, when you leave it behind, what's the care?
Afe tuzirya bulungi awo ngulamu kando
ewunya obulungi
neziteekaawo nga kando ya $10,000 ng'obadde ozisaving
So you know this conversation can go on up to Easter Monday. How would you want to wrap it up?
My final wrap. Enjoy yourselves. If you are going to the village, have a very beautiful and safe journey. I know the roads are going to be jammed up, especially today. We should hurry up and settle down. We move quickly. Happy Easter. I hope happy Easter holidays. We hope that you enjoy this season.
Welcome, my end. As you only have that day. Because most cases the two or celebrating with other people, God forbid. But sometimes it could be the last time you're seeing them, given our busy schedules. So maximize, take those photos. By the way, show off. Show off your people on your social media. Show them off. I mean, it's your time, it's your family. That's where you come from. Enjoy every bit. Wabera bade that auntie atazanya kuguno zanya. Zanya kona abana we pene yes.
Waliwo akayimba kaffe kayaka my dad. Tukatika ndubalekirako.
Anti waliwo kindergarten.
Mpozi waliwo kindergarten.
Tubalekere bu minutes so ate nze banange njagala nnyo musically